Welcome. AAA projects a slight bump in Labor Day travel this year. My guest from AAA is their Public Affairs Supervisor, Michelle Donati. Michelle, welcome back. When we talk about a slight bump, we're talking about 1.3%. Give us some of the numbers here.
Sure. Well, in terms of Arizona travelers, we're looking at 668,000 Arizonans projected to travel over Labor Day weekend, and that's a trip of 50 or more miles from home. So as you mentioned, that's an increase of 1.3% from last year. Nationwide, we're also anticipating a very healthy number of travelers, 34.7 million, and that's also an increase of 1.3% from last year.
Does this signify, do you think, a turnaround and the economy, and there's also pump prices are kind of heading down right now?
Right, the modest rise we're anticipating can really be attributed to greater consumer confidence, which has led to more spending, which generally means that people are doing a little more traveling. This is a trend that we've noted all summer long, and so we've seen a gradual increase for all three summer holidays, starting with Memorial Day, then 4th of July, and now Labor Day. When it comes to the three summer holidays, Labor Day tends to be, for Arizona anyway, not necessarily the busiest summer holiday, and that's because kids are already back in school. In fact, some schools have already been back in session for over a month now. So families are more likely to turn the calendar forward and start planning their fall getaways as opposed to doing something big for Labor Day weekend. However, nonetheless, we are anticipating that there still will be a very healthy number of travelers, more travelers than there were last year. And when you count the number of travelers, Arizona travelers who have taken a trip over Memorial Day, 4th of July, and those who are planning to take a trip over Labor Day, that brings the total number of summer travelers in Arizona to nearly 2.2 million, which is an increase of about 1% or 21,000 more travelers compared to last summer. So all in all, good news for the economy and good news for the travel industry as well.
And then finally, give me the update on pump prices. They are heading down. What's causing that, and how far down will they go, do you think?
Well, the good news for motorists heading out on over Labor Day weekend, and the majority of Arizonans and really all travelers who are planning a Labor Day trip will be going by car. So 83% of Arizonans will be driving to their Labor Day destination. They will note that Labor Day gas prices are a little higher than they were this time last year by about a dime or so. However, we're not anticipating that it's going to curtail any type of travel plans for folks because, a lot of when it comes to gas prices, we'd really have to see a significant shift upward before it would start curtailing travel plans. And even then, Americans have proven that they are unlikely to change their travel plans even in times of very high gas prices. They're willing to change certain aspects of their trips before canceling a trip altogether. However, if you look at pump prices across the state today, like I mentioned, we are about 10 cents more than we were this time last year. The statewide average is $3.45 per gallon. This is the lowest price that we've seen in about 4 months. So it'll be the cheapest gas price of the summer if you are heading out on a Labor Day trip. And the biggest factor behind this is the fact that we've really had an inactive hurricane season, and that has enabled the price of crude oil to remain relatively stable. There has been some unrest in some geopolitical regions of the world. However, that unrest hasn't resulted in any type of supply disruption. So therefore, we have seen the price of crude oil remain relatively stable. It was trading above $100 per barrel a couple of months ago. It's settled into the mid-90 range, is trading around $94 to $96 per barrel over the last week. So that has enabled pump prices to move lower over the last about 6 to 7 weeks or so across the state.
Okay. Michelle Donati is my guest, Public Affairs Supervisor at AAA. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank you.
And you can find out more at asba.com. I'm Scott Drake. Thanks for watching.